We're live. We're back. The Sports Equinox Day.
I was going to say it.
No, sorry.
Okay, you have to explain what that is.
Oh, well, I was going to let you explain it.
No. Okay.
But you wanted it. You wanted the thunder. Here it is. Let's go.
Yes. It is a sports equinox. And for those who don't know, that means all 4 major sports are playing tonight. NFL, NBA, MLB, and NHL. It happens pretty much only in October, obviously, because that's when all the sports overlap. So that means you've got lots of options to bet on tonight. I know.
What a degenerate. Why does it have to go to betting? Okay. You could just be a fan and you could just watch all the games.
You could.
And just have a
you
great
could
time,
just be a fan.
You know, and just watch
Except
them. Why do you have to bet on
me.
everything? What's wrong with you?
You're rubbing off on me. So we have bets for all of them, actually.
I'm keeping mine super simple, though. Usually, you know me, I'm listing off things. I'm just picking one thing in all the sports, 4 bets, but 1 for each sport. That's it. Keeping it simple.
Good for you.
Yep.
Good for you.
I mean, that's what I'm putting for bets and breaks, but tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I mean.
We'll recap his bets off air tomorrow.
I'm trying to get the leaderboard on DraftKings, how many bets you can get in a year.
Is that your goal?
No, I'm kidding.
I was going to say, we need to have a talk.
No.
Let me recap NFL from the weekend. The Broncos snapped their 16-game losing streak.
I don't want to talk about
against
the Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
You had money on it?
I went back and forth a bunch with Joe here at the shop yesterday, and I was trying to decide. I had one, big bonus bet, and I bet it on the Chiefs. Yeah, that was dumb. It was dumb.
You know why they lost, right?
The Swifties weren't there.
Yeah, Taylor Swift wasn't there.
It's too cold out in Denver. They don't want to go out there.
I mean, they might be onto something here because she wasn't there. They lost.
He didn't have a touchdown.
Yeah.
He didn't have his over receptions. The list goes on.
Blame Taylor Swift, Chiefs fans. That's why the Broncos held y'all to 1 digit.
Yeah.
Anyway, good for Sean Payton. They did. It was 24-9.
We were just talking about how bad of a coach he was, and he's not the truth. And why good for Sean Payton now?
I'm saying it's good for his case.
Yeah. We were hating
it helps
on him
him
last
out.
week. Yeah.
They still have a long way to go. Kirk Cousins tore his Achilles in the 4th quarter versus the Packers yesterday.
Do you like Kirk?
I do.
I do too.
He gives me dad vibes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like Kirk.
Cool dad.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the picture of him with his shirt off and the chain on the plane, and everyone, all the guys were losing their mind?
They're making fun of him. It's
it's
funny.
They love him.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He's dad. Yeah, cool dad.
Yeah.
No, I love Kirk Cousins. That's really sad, but it has sparked the Kyler Murray trade rumors. Is he going to head to Minnesota?
That guy's healthy. I haven't even heard of him.
Why you would trade for Kyler Murray? I don't know. The Cardinals shut it down, said it's not happening.
But he's not even there. Is he their quarterback right now? No, right?
I don't know what's going on in Arizona, to be honest.
I mean, he's
probably nothing good considering Caleb Williams was
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I might stay at school. And the NFL is investigating the Falcons. Because of the Bijan Robinson thing. Remember, he only played 11 snaps. He carried the ball once, and they pulled him, but no one told.
When was this?
Last week, I think. Yeah, it was last week. And he wasn't on the injury report. There was no, it was kind of sus. He said he had a headache on Saturday night.
A headache?
Yeah, and Arthur Smith pulled him on Sunday because of the headache. But people are PO'd because that affects your bets, your fantasy lineup,
everything. Yeah.
So the NFL is looking into it because they didn't.
You think they're looking into it because of the betting and the fantasy?
Well, no, honestly, if you go look it up, they're looking into why he wasn't reported before the game, illness or whatever. And I guess it's because he played. But why are you pulling your best?
Yeah,
sus.
I don't know. I'm just I'm interested to know what they're investigating.
Yeah, I didn't go that deep into it. I also don't think they release too much information because they're not trying to get backlash right now. But I'll look more into it and give you all an update tomorrow. World Series tied 1-1. Rangers, Diamondbacks split it right now.
Yeah, I know.
And they're going back to Arizona tonight. They haven't seen a World Series game in Arizona since 2001.
Yeah. Which
concerns me a little bit for my bets because I feel like there's going to be some it's energy there tonight.
So you took the Rangers in your bets?
I know
we haven't gotten there yet, but yeah.
Because they're so good on the road. And, I think
the Rangers are good on the road or?
In the postseason.
Yeah.
Yes. Very.
Yeah, the Diamondbacks have so much momentum.
I know.
They look like they're having fun. Their manager's the man. Like it just has a lot of that feel for them to have the momentum.
I know. I feel like the numbers say that the Rangers should win because of their postseason on the road record, but like
I know.
Arizona feels like they've got it, like a momentum going.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ketel Marte, MLB record breaking.
Yep.
He's on an 18 postseason game hitting streak.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
I think he continues it tonight.
I hope so.
Was previously
I'm
held
betting
by,
on it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I hope he doesn't stop now.
Yeah.
Yeah, tough. Another guy that broke a record, NBA, Klay Thompson made the NBA list for
that's pretty cool.
All-time three-pointers. He's now 10th past Jamal Crawford, and now he's behind LeBron James. So
what him and Steph do is really amazing. Like, it really is. Like, just I think we take for granted the greatness that we have with them two as shooters in the NBA. I mean, just even last night. So I took Steph Curry's over 4.5 threes for the game, right? I went to bed at, I don't know, 10 o'clock-ish, and the game was still going on. He had 2 threes. He finished the game with 6. Like, it's just like we take for granted how many, I don't know, just like how good of shooters they are. And when we look back in 20, 30 years, I really feel like we're going to be like, holy shit, these guys, like, we're playing on the same team every single night. It's really interesting. And then even when you just put it in perspective like that Klay Thompson's already on the top 10 list of threes, it's just, again, I don't know, greatness. It's interesting to me that, that some of that stuff flies under the radar.
I was going to say, I feel like he's another guy that kind of just gets looked over a little bit.
Especially with all the, the noise, not noise, but all the stuff going on in Golden State. You got Draymond, who's really loud over there, and Steph and all that stuff. And Klay's just very about his business. He's quiet. He doesn't say a lot. He just does his thing.
Slowly just moving his way up in the record books.
Yep.
Right behind LeBron.
That's crazy.
Okay, we have to update everybody on our betting records. I went 1 for 3, so I'm not.
You're still positive money. You still made
mad.
money. You still made money because the way you bet.
Yeah, my Thursday night football parlay smacked.
Yeah, so you made $36.50 on that. Then you lost $10 on your other 2, so you still netted $16. Like, again, if you're betting $100, that means that you won. You still won over. Whatever would I just say? You won 26. You would have won $260 if you were betting at $100, not 10. So still not bad if you win 1 out of 3 bets and they're all like that.
How'd you do?
I went 1 out of 4.
Okay,
but I bet
this.
But I also was trying to go the safer route and betting ones that didn't have crazy odds. So in my case, it didn't work out that way, and I lost money. So I wound up losing about $50 on the weekend for our bets. Yeah.
Good thing you have like a lot of games to pick from tonight to bounce back.
Yeah. You know what I've been having some success with in my personal book? So I'm in a couple different betting groups and stuff like that, and I try to pay attention to the guys that win money where, and pick up some of their strategies and things like that. And so like yesterday, for example, who was the tight end for he had a weird name. I can't remember. The big tall dude, not the Chargers. The other team, I'm blanking right now. Who'd they play last night? I watched the whole game.
I don't know what team you're talking about.
Who did the Chargers play?
Bears?
The Bears, yeah. Okay, the Bears tight end. What is it? Komet, yes. Okay. I was literally just blanking on his name.
Komet.
Sorry. Yeah, this dude. So what we did was it's like a ladder bet. So basically his over-under was 3.5 receptions. So you take that at a full unit. So that would have been $100 in our units, right? Then you take his next one over, which would have been 5+, and you bet $50 on that. Then you take the next one at 6+, and you bet $25 on that, and the odds are getting higher and higher, right? So as he catches 8 receptions last night or whatever, you're cashing in on all those, and I made $400 on that just by doing that ladder. So again, you cover your bases on the over/under, and if you think it's going to hit, and so that's what I'm going to do tonight with Jacoby Myers. His over/under on receptions is 4.5. I'm going to bet the 5, the 6, and the 7 all the way up. So I'm going to start at 100. I'm going to do 25 for our bets here, like for bets and breaks. But like on my personal book, that's what I'm going to do. So hopefully as he keeps catching, I'm like, so as I'm watching the game last night, I was like, cash that one, cash that one, cash that one, let's go. Yeah, so you're just making money as it goes. Yeah, so it's interesting. And again, it's the hit or miss, right? Last night it was a hit, but if he's not throwing the ball to him or if he's not catching him that night, or whatever, And again, that's what you're betting on is you don't know the schemes. You don't know what their game plan is, that kind of stuff. And then it could be a cold night. You're losing 3 bets in a row and you put all your money on one guy. But
oof.
Yeah. But I'm going to do that tonight with Jacoby Myers. He's got – we'll get into it when I make my picks, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to try that.
I feel like that makes it even more fun. Like
it is.
Because normally, like, your bet hits and then it's like, oh, okay, like, cool. But, like, you have to keep going.
Yeah. I did it yesterday, too. I've been doing it with – knock on wood. I've had some good luck in the NFL with the parlays doing it that way. So yesterday, for example, the Niners and the Bengals game, I did it for McCaffrey. And so what I did was I took Brock Purdy 200 yards, McCaffrey for a touchdown. That was my first bet. And that was like even money almost. So I put $50 on that. Then the next one I added Christian McCaffrey, 100 yards rushing and receiving. Put $50 on that. Then I added Brandon Ayuk receptions, added 25 on that. And so as they kept hitting, like I just kept, and they all hit. Yeah.
Up.
And they all hit. So, but it's funny because like yesterday I was sweating out the original one. All the ladders hit and like McCaffrey for 100 rushing and receiving, I was like sweating it out until the end, like literally the last drive. So I was like, so that's where I was like, man, if this one doesn't hit, I'm not hitting anything because it was in my original bet, you know? So it was like, that's where you're sweating it out. It wound up hitting, so it was fun at the end. But I needed the Niners to have that like last drive where they were like trying to score really quick, just to pull it off. But
I think you like stressing yourself out.
That's part of the fun part about betting.
Like I like the adrenaline thing. I get it.
Yeah.
I don't normally go to betting for adrenaline, but you definitely do.
Speaking of that, so Friday night for the Rangers game, I don't know if you were watching it all. So it was 5-3 going into the 9th. The Rangers were down. I needed Corey Seager in the same ladder system. I needed Corey Seager for 2 total bases and for hits, runs, and RBIs. And he hits a 2-run homer in the bottom of the 9th. It was 10:30 at night, and I was like in and out of sleep. And I was laying down, and I knew that was all I needed. And he hit it. I jumped out of bed. I was like, my neighbors were probably like, what the hell is going on upstairs? Like, I'm just 6'7" man jumping around celebrating. I was half asleep. But that's like the fun part is like, I'm literally like Brett thinking I'm gonna lose. I'm like half asleep. Like we picked the Rangers run line, you know, all this stuff. So I was like, all my bets are gonna lose. Then boom, homer. I'm like, let's go.
The adrenaline.
Yeah. So
literally woke you up out of your sleep.
Then Adolis Garcia was coming up next batter, so I like bet on him for a live homer.
So wait, you were sleeping, woke up, and then started to bet again. You didn't just like take the win and like go back to sleep, get a good night's rest. No, you just went back to being a degenerate. Got it.
But I did live bet the Adolis Garcia walk-off homer, so.
It worked out for you. I'm so glad. I really am.
So that's why you do it. Sometimes you get out of bed and you win money, you know. Other people just like to sleep. I like to make money. When there's an opportunity, it's concerning to make money. I'm a hustler, okay?
Let's get into our bets for today.
I was sleeping when my bets were losing, right? I was like, that's when it would be a problem. It was like, all my bets are losing. Let me just keep doubling down. It was like, no, my bets are hitting now.
You've never done that?
No.
You lie. No. You absolutely have.
I mean, I've done it, but then it's hit, and I've made money.
All right. What do we have today? I'll go first. I'm going first. I have a Monday Night Football parlay, and I have all the reasons why.
These plus 365s are your honey hole. I'm taking this again tonight.
It's 340. Even better.
Oh.
No, that was from last week.
Oh, that was last week. Okay. Oh, there we go.
Okay, so I'm taking Detroit money line. Now, Jimmy G is 4-0 against Goff, but that's got to stop at some point. The Lions got their asses kicked last week. Dan Campbell is not the type to let that happen again. So, no way. They win tonight, money line. DaVante Adams to have over 74.5 receiving yards because with Jimmy G, his average is 79.2. Okay. Obviously, Jimmy Garoppolo is back. I think those numbers translate. Then I have, love Jimmy G. He's going to throw a pick tonight. He's got 8 interceptions versus 7 touchdowns. I think it's inevitable.
Not a good ratio.
I know. And then Jared Goff to have over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Why? Because he is astronomically better at home. Listen to these numbers. At home, He averages 32.6 points. He has 110.3 passer rating, 30 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions versus on the road. 19.7 points, 87.6 passer rating, 10 touchdowns, 6 interceptions.
Whoa.
Way better at home. I think that shows up tonight. So again, Lions money line, DaVante Adams over 74.5 receiving yards, Jimmy G to throw a pick, and Jared Goff over 1.5 passing touchdowns, plus 340.
Book it. I like it.
Book it.
I like that one and the reasons. Look at you.
Yeah, I came in ready to go.
You were ready today.
I'm ready to make money.
Let's go.
Okay, and then I do have an MLB Game 3 World Series parlay.
Texas money line.
I know. This is, and I said it earlier, this is the one that makes me a little nervous. I have Texas money line.
I love that you go Texas money line, but go ahead. I'll let you. No, go. I'm saying, I'm being serious. I love it. Go.
Okay.
You have to say your other 2 hits picks.
Yeah,
because
Corbin Carroll and Marte to both have hits.
Right. I love that. They play for the Diamondbacks and you're taking Texas money line. No, that's great.
I know. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think this one's going to be really tight, which is why I didn't take the run line. But the Rangers are really good on the road in the postseason. That's what it is. I know the energy with Arizona makes me a little nervous because they seem like they're kind of hot right now. But I'm going to stick to the trend, trust the numbers, and go with the Rangers.
I like it. I'm not hating on it.
I don't think that the Diamondbacks have a bad game, though. I do think they hit well. Also, to throw this in there, Brandon Pfaadt, right? Is that Pfaadt?
Yeah, Pfaadt, yeah.
That one's hard to say, forgive me.
It's PH, it really is. Like
PHAADT.
Yeah.
Yeah, you say it. Anyway, he made his debut against the Rangers. Didn't do well. Gave up 7 runs, 4 home runs, but Arizona still won.
During the regular season, or are you saying?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That was in March, May,
wow.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So he's throwing tonight. So either he comes in and kind of repeats himself, or he shoves. Just throwing that out there. And then Scherzer. Okay, I also have. So the parlay is Texas money line, Marte, Carroll to have hits. That's plus 320. I'm also taking a straight bet, Max Scherzer to have over 4 strikeouts. Now, the only concern there is that he has a cut on his hand. He said it's not going to, on his thumb. Okay. He said it's not going to affect him. It could. But I'm still taking him 4. Okay.
Is it, so his over-under is 3.5?
I think that was an alternate. I don't remember. I can look now.
No, that's right.
Well, I need to
I couldn't
see
remember
the odds
if,
anyway.
I think his over-under was 3.5. I couldn't remember if it was 3.5 or 4.5. I looked at it, but if it's just 3.5, then that's right.
I'm gonna look now. Okay, you go ahead while I look.
All right, so I'm keeping it simple. I'm betting the sports equinox. I'm gonna take a player prop in every major sport. So I'm starting, like I already told you, over 4.5 receptions for Jacoby Myers. He's had that in every game this year except for one where he had 2, but every game he's had 5. Most games he's had 7 or 9, honestly. So, again, that's why I'm going with the latter. So I'm going to go 5, 6, and 7, but for our bets, I'm just taking his over. Luka, I'm taking his points, rebounds, and assists. Luka Doncic, if you guys don't know who that is, most people know who Luka is. Yeah. He plays for the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA. And so he's hit this in every game this year. So if you guys don't know what points, rebounds, and assists are, you're basically just combining all of those. So Luka, he's averaging over 30 points a game. That's 30 right there of the 48. So if he just gets 18 points or rebounds and assists between the next 2, I feel good about that. And Luka's done it every game this year so far. 48.5 is a lot. Most guys, like even superstars, are usually around 35 to 40, something like that. So again, this is high, but I like it for Luka. They're playing Memphis, and I just like that one, so I'm going with it. I've been taking Luka all day, every game this year. So, and then I'm riding the Ketel Marte train. Like Abby said, he's got an 18-game postseason hitting streak. The dude is, if you guys watch any of their games, this dude is just the glue to their squad. And he walks, he gets on base, he steals bases, he scores runs. So that's why I like hits, runs, RBIs, because he could walk twice and get 2 RBIs, or score 2 runs, and he can still cash this bet for us. So I like this one a lot. Over 1.5 for David Pastrnak. Not really sure too much about hockey. You guys know that that's not my forte, but I'm just strictly looking at some numbers right now. He is the only guy in the NHL tonight where he has where he's the favorite to score an anytime goal. So I say that and so I'm taking the over 1.5 points. He's got 8 goals in 8 games this year. He also has 5 assists, so he's got 13 points on the year in 8 games. I like it. It's a gamble. It's plus 140, so I'm going to take all of these individually at $25, so a quarter unit on all 4 of them. Then I'm going to throw $10 on the parlay. The parlay is plus $12.98, so that would win me $120 at $10. And most of these are favorites, so they have a little bit of juice. I'll probably win about $20 on most of these, except for the Pasternak one. I'll actually win $30 on that one. So those are my picks tonight. Keeping it super simple. Hopefully we hit 3 out of 4. That would be nice.
I feel like you were a little bit more simple than me.
No, today. I know, but I like your picks. I'm tailing your picks. I'm tailing your picks tonight.
To go back on Scherzer, it is the line is 4.5.
It is 4.5. Oh,
so I'm taking over, and it's minus 105.
Minus 105.
So,
wait, you're taking the over 4.5?
Yeah.
Oh, so you need him for 5 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
I don't like betting the under in strikeouts.
I know,
I feel like
me either.
that's like
I hate it.
Bad
honestly.
juju.
I don't like taking unders.
I also need the Rangers to win, so I really don't want to do that.
That's true.
So I'm going to take him for over and hope that it hits. Maybe.
All right. Joe, how'd you do in the...
Oh, yeah, we forgot to ask you about 10-second runoff ladder.
Yeah, I wish y'all would have
just skipped it. Yeah, he was like, yeah, there was a reason I didn't butt in today.
Yeah, I know.
No, yeah, we did poorly, real poorly.
Like how many? Like
he said we did poorly,
what do you
real
mean
poorly.
Elaborate.
We were 1 for 3 in our parlay. This is the worst week we've ever had. So going into this weekend, we were 4 and 4, missing 4 total picks individually.
This weekend,
1 for
missed
3 this weekend.
You
Yeah,
missed
it was
2?
bad. It was pretty.
You were
bad.
1 out of 3. You had 3 picks, and you hit 1 out of the 3.
Yeah. Yeah, we had Penn State minus 22.5, which was already an alternate spread. They were 6-1 against the spread all year going into that game.
They were awful. They screwed me too.
Yeah, they did us no favors. They barely squeaked out that win. And yeah, it was just rough, man. I mean, Kansas ended up beating Oklahoma. North Carolina went down to Georgia Tech. It was a weird weekend of college football. I didn't predict anything that happened. So
yeah, it's part of it. You
Can't
win some, you lose some.
You can't win them all, Joe. You might know everything about college football, and you still can't win them all.
And then sometimes you don't know anything about college football, like me,
and
I actually won money on Saturday, so it's part of it. Sometimes.
That's the worst. When people don't actually know what's going on, they just bet, and then they win.
It's like that's like the March Madness brackets. The people who don't know anything about basketball always win those.
Yeah.
For me, sometimes I really do think, like, since I don't know anything about football, sometimes I'm the best bettor where I'm just going off of, like, random hunches or what I think, like, the narrative would be.
Yeah, you want to know
sometimes
something
I just
crazy?
bet that.
I'm about to expose myself. I haven't looked at my fantasy team in probably 5 weeks. Sorry, Dad. I'm winning. I don't know how. I get so busy, I forget about it. Like, and I'm winning. So...
But if you're not playing players, you're still winning?
I mean, I still have a lineup in.
Oh, I didn't know.
I
thought you were saying you didn't look at your lineup.
No, my lineup's set, but I haven't, like, reset it every week and, like, moved people around depending on who they're playing and stuff. I've just left it alone.
That's wild.
You know who didn't win? That would be Utah, who is also in our parlay. we had Utah plus 16.5. The spread was 6. And, yeah, they got just obliterated.
Yeah,
so
they got killed.
Yeah, that was a wrap for us this weekend. It was not great. Even our predicted game of the week was Florida Georgia. Georgia beat the piss out of Florida. So there was we got more football this weekend.
Yeah, that's why they play the games.
Try again.
That's why we play the games.
You can try again. All right, you want to get into collectibles?
Yes, it'd be pretty quick today.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Ketel Marte, since we didn't talk about after the first game of the World Series, he stole the first base. So everybody got free tacos that next day, which was, it's been the World Series promo for the past 3 or 4 years, something like that. But like we talked about on this show, if you were holding one of the Ketel Marte numbered out of 5 taco fractors from Topps Chrome this year, you now have free Taco Bell for life. Which is pretty cool. So 5 lucky people that are holding those Ketel Marte inserts can cash those in. The last sale on eBay the day before it happened was $1,000. So somebody bought that card for $1,000. But before that, The highest sale of that card was $300 or $400, $425
Damn,
or something
good
like
investment.
that. Yep. So good for those people, especially if they're taco lovers. You know, if they're taco lovers, then it's just that's great for them. They won. They really won. But if not, you can find a taco lover
and sell it.
Jonah Smith. You know,
for real.
Jonah might pay some weird money for that, but yeah. So good for those people. Ketel Marte got the base stealing going. The Diamondbacks love stealing bases, so that was a good bet for whoever bought that. And I just want to talk about a little bit the products that Topps are coming out with right now. It's just a really good time for baseball products. Baseball, and I guess they do the football with Bowman U, Chrome, and that kind of stuff. Baseball, Sterling's coming out. We got Tier 1 in shop right now that released last week. Definitive just released. Topps Chrome Gilded. So I'm saying this because a lot of parents buy hobby boxes, you know, and stuff like that for kids around Christmas time. But if we have any parents that are listening to this that shop locally, that want to buy some stuff, this might be a good time to start getting your hands on some product, just because there's higher quality stuff in the shop right now. This is stuff that's more limited. We don't get a ton of it in. So by Black Friday, when, you know, a lot of parents are doing shopping and stuff like that, or, you know, in early December, we might not have as good a product. There'll be some good retail stuff in, and we're going to do our job having good stuff in here. But if you're looking for higher end stuff, if you're looking to spend, you know, north of $150 on a box of cards, right now might be a good time to come in and shop the next couple weekends before the holiday rush starts coming in.
Get ahead of it.
Exactly. That's it. Again, we saw it last year. There was a ton of great retail products that we sold here, but a lot of parents wanted to spend a little bit more, you know, for Christmas. A lot of family members, you know, for their nieces and nephews and grandchildren and things like that. And unfortunately, sometimes we're out of stock. So I just want to remind people that, you know, some of the product is limited. It comes out at certain times of the year and stuff. And right now there is some really good baseball and football product. Later in the winter, there will be great basketball products. So again, those fans that like baseball and basketball, make sure you guys come in and get your hands on those. Panini's doing a really cool promo right now. They do like these instant cards, and it basically just celebrates a player, you know, having a good game, kind of like what we were talking about with Topps Now and the iconic moments and things like that. So for the next couple weeks, they're doing a really cool deal for Panini instant cards and then their Panini authentic memorabilia. It's offered at paniniamerica.net, and if you use the code TIPOFF23 at checkout, you get 30% of a discount. So if you guys go check out their website, there's a ton of nice like RPAs, a lot of rookie patch auto cards for and they're celebrating the NBA tip-off. That's where the tip-off 23 comes. It's a lot of good basketball, authentic memorabilia, that kind of stuff. So some of your favorite players, the rookies, if you want to get on their stuff early, this is a good time. They're doing a nice little promo for the next couple weeks on their website.
So wait, Panini Instant is like similar to the Topps. Who did it first?
I don't know that question. That's a good question.
Who did it first?
Yeah. Panini does it a little bit more around like a rookie's debut and things like that. So it's like you celebrate their rookie card, you know. Topps does it more in like iconic moments, and they celebrate more like.
So it's a little bit different.
Yeah, it's a little different.
They're not the same idea.
Like Topps, like for example, right? They did the LeBron and Mookie waving to each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a little bit more pop culture. The Topanga card, you know, like that kind of stuff. So they do like more momentary stuff, where Panini Instant does like, let's celebrate this rookie's first game on the court, you know, and here's his rookie card from his first game or something like that.
Got it.
Cam Thomas, local LSU guy. He played on the LSU basketball team. He plays for the Brooklyn Nets, and he made the starting rotation this year. His first game of the year, he had 36 points. The second game of the year, he had 30 points. So, there's been some hype around his market a lot. So after Durant got traded last year and Kyrie got traded last year, he was thrown in the starting lineup. I don't know if you remember this, but had a couple 40-point games. Like just went off, and I think the market knows that he's an offensive threat, and so now that he's in the starting rotation, there's been a lot of hype around his cards. So in August, before the season started, you could have bought his like the most coveted rookie card, which is a National Treasures RPA out of 99, which is a rookie patch auto. You could have bought that for $1,000, a little over $1,000, and as of the 27th, it's sold for $1,800 already. So we've almost seen a 50% increase on his market in just, you know, a couple months. So that would have been a great, you know, purchase. Especially, I like talking about our local people here, and a lot of people are Cam Thomas fans. We have a bunch of good cards here in shop. So if you guys are looking to kind of jump on his market, if you guys believe in him long term, he obviously has proved himself as an offensive threat in the league. And I'm anxious to see how his year turns out. So the market's already responding to it, and I think that's always really cool to see a local guy
I was gonna say
be able
that
to perform.
It is really cool. You should come get his card from a local card shop.
There we go. That's it. Yeah, so we got some Cam Thomas stuff in shop if you guys are interested. But that's all the collectible stuff that I got today. I think we are going to try to introduce. I'm going to sit down with you guys and we'll talk about this a little bit more. But I would love to introduce a little something like we talked about, like hobby hits, the top 5 hobby hits. And maybe we're talking about finding the 5 top breaks amongst the collectibles community. Maybe we do something along the lines of betting too, where we do a little recap at the end of the show, but I think people might like that. So thank you guys for being here again. We will be back tomorrow, Tuesday, recapping Monday Night Football, the World Series, all that good stuff. Hopefully talking about some bets that cashed and some other news. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.